Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for October 28th, 2015. And we have the remnants of what was once Patricia out in the Pacific that moved across Mexico, died as a remnant low at that point and reemerged in the Gulf, made another landfall in the the Louisiana region here. And then has now moved up to the north here. This has actually intensified as a move to the north here and is expected to do so again today. Now, although the system itself is way up here in the Great Lakes region, there's going to be a warm front attached to this and also a cold front attached to this. This is all going to lift through our area today. So we're going to have much warmer temperatures today, even though it's going to be raining, and that rain will increase as we get through past the morning hours and get into the afternoon. So we're going to get some locally heavy rain this afternoon and evening, and then most of this rain gets out of here well after midnight, it looks like tonight, from southwest to northeast across our coverage area here. So I'll take you through these next couple frames here and show you we're looking at here. Here's a look at Wednesday afternoon. Got my days mixed up here. Wednesday afternoon, you can see the locally heavy rain here, and part of the reason why this is happening is if you look at the area low pressure that's sitting up here, okay, and a high pressure is off the picture here, but it is just trust me, it's off to the east here. We showed this yesterday. It's creating a tight pressure gradient in between here, so we're getting these tight isobars. And whenever you have these tight isobars like this that are one on top of another, that's going to do two things. That's going to allow for some pretty high winds. And we're expecting that today. I'll show you what the wind expectations are going to be with this system today. But also you have some rain, some overrunning rain here that's running parallel to the front here. And since it's running that way, some of the models might be underestimating exactly how heavy some of this rain could be. And we could get some just kind of like some storms, and you might even have some embedded storms today. You might have some rain that just kind of trains over the same area, just keeps dumping and dumping and dumping, and that's why you can get. We went aggressive with our My Pocket Meteorologist alerts and sent out 1 to 2 inches for a very large area, but localized amounts up to 3 inches, even though the models weren't indicating quite that high in many areas. And I think that's because when you have these backing winds that are parallel to the front, you can squeeze out some extra moisture here. So we did allow for that to happen. Localized amounts up to 3 inches in spots. Will not be surprised at all to see somebody hit that amount of 3 inches anywhere within our coverage area, but basically I-95 and points northwest are the favorite parts for that to happen. So we're going to go a little bit further from this point here. This is now looking at Wednesday evening. This is the in this next frame here, you can still going strong here, and then in the overnight hours here, in the pre-dawn hours here, we're starting to taper off, and then the front is going to move through here on Thursday afternoon. Now you can still see it here. Here's your cold front here at this point on Thursday morning, sitting like this. It's out in western PA. This will come through most likely early afternoon for most on Thursday. So you're going to have another warm day here on Thursday as far as temperatures are concerned, but once that front goes through, the days behind it, both Friday and Saturday, are going to be much cooler, and that's because you're going to have a kind of a mini trough setting up over here over the northeast. So we will get cooler with high pressure moving in. High pressure will be in control for our weather straight through the weekend, or at least the first part of the weekend here, and we stay chilly on both Friday and Saturday. High pressure is actually going to be right over top of us here on Saturday morning. Some cold temperatures as well, and then we start to moderate a little bit here on Sunday. Got another frontal boundary, another cold front approaching, but this kind of falls apart as it heads towards us. So just left an isolated shower in the forecast for early Sunday morning, and then otherwise clouds will give way to sunshine later in the afternoon Sunday and remain that way as we head into early next week. As we get into early next week, we're going to be talking about temperatures are going to be warming up a little bit. So we're going to have some temperatures that are going to be above normal that start off the beginning of November 1st through about the 5th or so, at least, that we're talking about temperatures that are going to be above normal. So, matter of fact, the month of November as a whole, we're looking at above normal temperatures, but that'll be right from the start, it looks like. As soon as the calendar flips, so does the flip to warm. We're going to look at the high-res future simulated radar from the NAM, and start this off from 7 a.m., and we're going to go forward from this point. Just to give you an idea of all the rain coming through here, this is generally light to moderate here in the morning, but then we get in the afternoon, we get into these heavier bands, maybe some embedded thunderstorms here. Not a lot of instability to work with, but there might be some cold air working in a loft that will allow some thunderstorms to happen. And the bigger story here is going to be the locally heavy rainfall where these the storms occur. That will be in the afternoon and evening hours, and then finally wrapping up here in the overnight hours. Here's a look at 5 a.m. on Thursday. The last of it is moving out of the area here. But one thing we're going to be concerned with here is the wind. Now, you got to remember this time of year it's getting into the peak part of autumn here as far as trees and leaves changing colors. That means they're ready to fall soon, and this is going to be helped along by some wind as well. It's heavy rain today, but also the wind will create some slick driving conditions from leaves being on the road. Hopefully we got the storm drains cleared out of the way yesterday while it was still dry, like we warned about on the Facebook page. But this is, obviously a bad recipe here for clogged drains if you have a lot of leaves coming down, and then also on the roadways will make it a little bit more slick with the wet conditions combined with those leaves, so it'll be harder to stop on those leaves. So just be careful if driving today. We don't need any accidents. But here is a look at the winds that are they're going to be promoting this, and they're going to be favoring areas further to the north here. So these are all wind gusts and peak wind gusts here that are expected, and these are all in the 40 mile per hour plus range. In this green here, this is all 40 miles per hour or greater, so we can definitely have some gusts in the 40 to 50 mile per hour range. Would not be surprised to see that, especially if you have a thunderstorm that forms within these bands of rain today. You can get some downdrafts that could definitely be over 45 miles per hour. 50 miles per hour would not be out of the question. So you don't need that severe thunderstorm warning or anything to promote these winds. This is just a lot of support in the upper air soundings that would indicate that you're going to have some pretty good winds here today. So gusty winds, and this will last through the night, it looks like, and then we're going to have gusty winds again, it looks like, on as we head into this is actually Thursday now. As we head into Thursday, we'll still have some gusty winds here, some breezy conditions, even though the front's moving through and everything's clearing out. So just be aware that you have some gusty winds in addition to the heavy rain. Then once the front moves through, we start to calm down and get in the winds a little bit by the time we get to Friday. But here again, heavy rain concentrated for the areas north and west of I-95, looking like 1 to 2 inches is a good bet, and some localized amounts up to 3 inches are possible, mainly northwest of I-95. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for October 28th, 2015. Have a great Wednesday.